that my technology is working. In my last blind Let's Play, playthrough, whatever you want to call this thing, Horatio F21 decided to join the rebellion and decided to side with Fergus F07, if I'm remembering. Oh, he's not F. I don't remember Fergus's letter designation. But we decided to join with Fergus and go the peaceful route of getting the H out of here, to quote him. I'm going to try to cut back on the ums. I've already noticed them and they're a bit annoying to me. Hopefully today's sound is a little bit better. I have turned off my fans to hopefully avoid any of the weird background feedback that happens that happened in the last video. I'm also trying to sit very comfortably still in my chair because I realized in my first video that every time I took a breath, I moved and my chair creaked, and this microphone is so good at picking up every single sound. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 more ums there. That's great. In any case, welcome back to my little ghost who is future me. I became future me and I watched some of my videos and it was not too terrible. So hopefully we can proceed with more not terrible and eventually get through this entire game. So let's get started. As you can see, I absolutely have not played since the last time I streamed on July 7th. It is now September 1st. I realize I said soon, but we're going to count that kind of like Blizzard soon. You know, TM, haha. And here we go. I'm scared, and I have no idea what's going on, but bizarrely, I'm happy. Something is going to happen, and for once in my short life, I feel more like the catalyst than the fall guy. We're running all out, trying to get away from the kitchen. From fate, I guess. Oh, Turgus F17. Sorry, his name's not Fergus. I liked my version of his name better. So it's Turgus F07. He is from my birth. Hey! Turgus F07 pauses, breathing heavily. We gotta figure out what to do next. I thought you had a plan. Well, the options look like go find the vultures and ask them to take us. Go to Aturus P02 and ask him to forgive us. That seems unlikely. Get really smart and figure out a third plan. Oh, crud. Let's go with the vultures. Go find the vultures and ask them to take us? After all, we are all on the same side, more or less. Come on, Horatio. You would just be trading one overlord for another. Do you really think the vultures will let you do what you want? From what I can tell, they would at least be slightly less insane when it comes to questions of hierarchy and protocol. Personally, I think the vulture hierarchy is fine if you want to live with either a gun or a microscope in your hand. Does that appeal to you? Yeah, well, exactly. So let's put our heads together. I have mentioned another way, but it's kinda tentative. Okay, Horatio F21. He pauses. He's doing more than just catching his breath. I think you're pretty smart and pretty funny. I have to agree with him there. You're as gorgeous as any of us, but you don't let it go to your head. I managed to keep my mouth shut. And you know, I was wondering. I'm waiting to hear, and I'm thinking, of all the Horatio I've met, Turgus F07 seems to be... Oh, what? Somebody I really care for? A decent sidekick, I guess, or just another long forehead with not much beneath it. This is mean. I don't know. Somebody did say this was supposed to be like a dating sim, right? But this guy's kind of a jerk, so a decent sidekick, I guess. It seems that my life is going to be one of a world with big heads and small minds. I guess Turgus F07 is an okay person, but I don't really see more to him. We're comrades in arms, nothing more, and since he knows the station better than I do, I figure it's a good idea to go along with him. Things are going to get pretty crazy now. Are you sure you're in this all the way? Because if you suddenly get cold feet, a lot of people are going to get hurt. Most importantly, me. I've worked out some ideas and made some plans, but I need another brother to help me get it done. Okay, Turgus F07, I get the idea. You and I work together. Let me slow that down. You and I work to... You can tell that the syntax and diction of the writers is different than mine. You and I work pretty well together, and I think Darien F19's plans are just too crazy to take seriously. But you seem to be level-headed, if a bit of a dreamer. I choose to take that as a compliment. It's meant to be. Let's just get out of here. Honestly, the most likely thing that I see in my future is the recycling chute, and I'd rather take a life-threatening risk than go there. Right, then. Let's think this through. Okay, I've been working on a plan for a while. I guess you don't know this, but all the clever stuff that Darien F19 does with the security system is code that I put together. I've been studying the networks here for months. In fact, the only reason I spend so much time in the clone labs is because there's so much sensitive data and so many critical systems in there, and security is non-existent. It's like stealing ugly from a Horatio. They practically give it to you. So first, we need to get to the hangar, ID the ship, and prep it for launch. Then comes the hard part. You have to distract security while I hack their systems. Otherwise, they'll override it when we open the doors of the hangar bay. Okay? That'll be your part. I smile a bit nervously. I'm not sure what clever thing he has in mind for distracting security, but none of the ones I can think of seem practical or pleasant. So I turn to action to get my mind off of it. Okay, I'll do it. Let's go. Great, let's go and get some gear from storage. Get some of my gear from storage. Then we're off to the hangar. We find our way to the storage area. The door that Turgus F07 slides open is labeled Acne and Psoriasis Cultures. I may not be a true Horatio, but I momentarily hang back. It's okay, I made the sign. It's just my stuff. Inside, it's a bit chaotic, but Turgus F07 has obviously adopted the method where anything you need is easier to find if it's lying on the floor in front of you. Hey, that's how my stuff's organized. We grab another holopad, a couple of deep space helmets, some food, and what is apparently several petabytes of serials on earring drives. Cool. It seems that Turgus F07 has been hoarding Forbidden Love episodes on a vast scale. I take advantage of the pause to ask the question that has been bothering me. So the security diversion part... He holds up one of the earring drives, smiling gleefully. Are you ready for this? It's the long-lost anniversary episode of Season 274 of Forbidden Love. It got pulled from every database instance and network cache in the entire sector because Aeternus P02 suspected that it had veiled references to his leadership abilities. I had to put a sleeper virus on a pan-galactic supply barge and wait 9 weeks for it to get back. It's worth millions. But quite honestly, I'm more than happy to drop a copy if it gets us onto that ship. And the fact that it will cause endless headaches for Aeternus P02? Just a lucky bonus. I like Turgus more and more. We head to the hangar, using a form of movement best described as skulking. At one point, we press into the shadows while a group of well-armed soldiers passes by. For once in my life, this Horatio distaste for weapons makes me happy. These things have barely been used. There's nothing quite so pleasing as sending the first charge down a new barrel. I kind of like these guys. Let's go light them up. We head off towards the hangar, which is one of the very few places that I actually know how to get to. Pretty soon we're hauling through the corridors like all the cravers on Husk are after us. We figure that if Darien F19's rebellion is about to explode, we don't want to be in the middle of it. Once again, I am overwhelmed by the vastness of it all, but Turgus F07 shoulders past me and keeps moving. It's the small colonizer ship up on the right. There's only one cloning pod in it. The other was sent back defective. We can take it, get out of here, and replace the cloning mash with our own DNA. It's creepy. I don't exactly share his giddy optimism, but pulling off the heist would be something spectacular. Something they'll talk about for years to come. Maybe they'll even slip it into an episode of Forbidden Love. I stop my thoughts. I'm starting to become a bit too Horatio. Let's unload. We're whispering, though we probably could scream into bullhorns and go unnoticed. But in my mind, I'm a saboteur and a thief, and somehow whispering feels far more appropriate. We put the gear into the ship and then get in. Okay, did I remember this from the classes? We need to put the engine on standby, launch the hangar door sequence, ignite the engines, and by the time they're fully warmed, the hangar doors should be ready. Perfect marks. Let's get going. We stow the gear, warm up the string drive, and check the vitals. When everything is set, he gives me the precious earring drive. But something's wrong. Wasn't this gray-green before? Huh? Oh yeah, it's fashion-enabled. That shade of gray is out now, and this one is trending. Don't worry, same contents. Oh, come on, buddy. With a cheerful wave and a gnawing fear in the pit of my stomach, I head out. He's gonna betray me. I traverse the giant hangar, skulking again, and then sneak through one, then two, then 3 different hallways to get to the security station that handles the hangar. It's off an airlock that gives emergency access from the hangar bay. I stretch, crack my neck, take a deep breath, and stride in. There are 3 security officers in dashing brown uniforms, trying to pretend that they are not, in fact, huddled around a holopad and watching the latest episode of Forbidden Love with the volume turned down. Good mess with them. We have a major security issue. Oh, please don't tell me I just picked a rat out. I think we should be saying that, not you. These are strange times, my friend. I have recently been in conference with the headmaster and his chamberlain. Let's call him a chambermaid. Tergus F07. They have a dilemma. We're security, not housekeeping. I know what their dilemmas revolve around. Oops. Oh no. Okay, sorry. I think I right-clicked. That was weird. Very true, but this one is a real problem. Files of a potentially subversive nature have been discovered on the station. We don't control information and culture. We're physical security and access. Think. I bark at him, trying to think myself. What the heck would Aternus P02 send me here to give them? Why the heck would Aternus P02 send me here to give them this? I do you? He begins rising from his chair, and the third one, who had not yet spoken, is moving his hand toward the alarm button. He suspects that the cultural propriety and information security departments have been compromised. He needs disinterested, loyal Horatios to view the content of the serial episode and report back on potentially harmful propaganda. To allay their suspicions, I remove the earring and throw it to them. As I do so, I spring the trap. I believe it's an anniversary episode from season 270-something. The hand that is catching the earring trembles and drops it. 3 pairs of eyes go wide. Whoa, 274? No way. Oh, brother. Trembling with excitement, they load and verify the information. Then look at me with unabashed worship. Unabashed. It's a great word. There's good vocabulary in this game. There's no hurry. I think that a few of the scenes may demand several viewings. Maybe, or not, I have no idea, but apparently this episode has sufficiently mythic status that they'll probably do that anyway. I look at the consoles and take out my data pad. I whisper to Tergus F07. Go, it's all set. What? What? I look up terrified. They caught me. I can't believe that it was Faustus N212. Oh, but that explains why the clone lab failed in 277. My heart rate returns to normal. I find the door triggered for the bay we want to open and engage it. A yellow light begins blinking. Hey, you can't do that! I start and jerk my head around, trying to imagine what possible excuse I could have. That means that the entire Clone Emergency plotline was a decoy by Justinia Z62. I can't. Pause! They're all breathing deeply, trying to get their minds around the stunning plot twists and betrayals. I am also breathing deeply, and trying to pretend that leaning over this part of the security console and hiding a flashing light is totally normal. Okay, wow, I'm sorry, go ahead. They resume watching, and I resume following Turgus F-07's instructions for killing the alarms, tracking software, and monitoring systems. Let me restate that. For killing the alarms, tracking software, and monitoring systems. I'm sweating as much as they are, but not because I'm watching steamy videos. I feel like I've crawled inside the shark's mouth and am providing free tooth care. Then another thing happens. A shape that looks an awful lot like a Vulture ship appears on the screen, and I am watching my finger respond not quite quickly enough to the cancel alarm button. A whole lifetime passes before my eyes, but it's my lifetime, so it takes about half a second. And 2 alarms go off. What is it? That guy from season 272, he's back and he sabotaged the steam room. The other alarm I snuff out with my finger. I lean back, sweating like a Lumeris. I don't know what that is. I hope my life doesn't pass before my eyes again, because I think I aged 40 years in those few seconds. But that's it. That's the big one. The big risk. If I ever see Darien F-19 again, he's going to owe me big time. I'm pretty sure that it's all over, but I'm in the clear. I stand up, preparing a few words to make an elegant exit. Nice. I'm almost prepared for what comes next. It seems that Darien F-19's acquaintances have arrived about 5 minutes earlier than I hoped they would. Traitor! Sadly, this time, they really are looking at me. I run. The decor around here has changed quite a bit in the interim. You, which way? I point back behind me where 3 security agents are thumping after me. Sorry, Darien F-19. Them, that way. Or that way. I'm sorry, I'm very Scooby-Doo right now. I don't wait around to find out. Wow, whatever explosive Darien F-19 and the Vultures use, it has some punch to it. I tense up, and I hear more footsteps. Where are they shooting things? There's nothing quite like a bit of havoc. Back that way, I'm going to secure the episode. What? Yeah, okay, that was the first word that came into my head. I don't even look to see how they react, I just keep running. Darien F-19 is set on his own path, and good luck to him. Me, I can almost taste the freedom of the stars. My body tells me that I should probably stop. Slow down, take it easy. My legs are getting wobbly, and I keep losing my balance. I haven't done this much running in all the training we did. But fear and desire keep me going, even after I bounce off a pylon and whack my arm on a freight hook. Things are getting hazy, and I'm starting to stagger. I lose my sense of direction for a moment in panic. Then I see the shape of the ship, and I get a new burst of energy. But my legs seem to have been set to random flailing mode, and I'm not even sure if it's the right ship that I finally crash into. Everything hurts. Good news, I'm not dead. Bad news, well, everything hurts. I'm back in the lab. It went wrong. I'm going to get recycled. It's all over. What went wrong? Where's Turgus F-07? Hey, wake up. Wow, Horatio F-21, you had me worried. You ran into the side of the ship like it was your worst enemy. With a smile like that, I know we're in the clear. I can relax. Maybe for the first time ever in my entire existence, I can lean back and go with the flow. Okay, so, if he wanted to make out, I guess we could. Where are we? He points out the window. Gone. On a fast route out of Imperial space. We'll pass by an asteroid field and a dead star with a couple of barren planets. We're taking the back roads. After that, we can go either Sophon or Unfallen. It depends on what you want to see. Please don't take this as an insult, but whoever we see, I sure hope they don't look like you. He gives me a huge smile. No offense taken. Galaxy, here we come. Oh, is that it? Win. I guess I win. I don't really know what to do with that. I love these backgrounds. They're beautiful. They remind me of Samurai Jack. Not quite as stark. It's because they're lacking like that watercolor texture of Samurai Jack's backgrounds, but it's very similar feel. Yes, we're letting the credits roll, because respect to all the folks who worked on this project. You'd think it wouldn't be so many, given like what the end result is, but there's tons of stuff that goes on the back end of everything, apparently. Commercial business planning, just like everybody. I always like looking through here and finding fun names, like Little John. I'm not making any jokes about Cox. It's a legit last name. Alright, well, I guess that brings us to the end of Horatio F21's run in a Horatio story, Love Thyself. We became pretty good sidekicks with Tergus F07, who I feel like in fanfic in my head they would go on and his name would become Fergus, because it's a great name. Yeah, and I don't know the difference between Unfallen and Sophon, so who knows which direction they would pick. In any case, I think that wraps it up. I didn't think I'd get through it in just 5 episodes, but that's actually a really good place to start with streaming and posting videos and stuff, so I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it quite a lot, feel free to leave a comment or message somewhere for me. Obviously, I'll streaming this on Twitch, but I will be uploading it onto YouTube, which is probably where you are watching it, Little Ghost and or other random stranger. But if you'd like to see me go through it, picking different choices and actually pursuing maybe the romance angle or going with Darien F19, just leave a comment and let me know. I am kind of getting into this streaming thing just for me and for my enjoyment, trying to just engage with things in a different way that I haven't done before. So I don't have like a typical like, subscribe. I thought there was a third thing, but I can't think of it now. In any case, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe stick around and see some of the more random stuff I'll be doing. I will certainly be looking at doing more of Sims 4 now that I've got my mic. That'll look a little bit different. I don't edit my videos because I'm doing these as streams and then I'm just exporting them over. Plus, I don't know how to edit anything, and that seems like a lot of time and effort that with a full-time job and 2 anxiety disorders, I just don't have the oomph to tackle. But I'll always be me, and that's about all I can promise. So, yeah. See you later.